Okay, today we are going to study application of Gauss law. एप्लीकेशन जो हम लोगों ने स्टार्ट की थी लास्ट क्लास में, एक एप्लीकेशन को मैंने आपको करा दी थी। इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड फॉर इनफाइनाइट लाइन चार्ज। लाइन चार्ज के लिए किया था, लीनियर चार्ज डेंसिटी यूज किया था। सो टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू मूव फॉरवर्ड फॉर सरफेस चार्ज एंड वॉल्यूम चार्ज। इन केस ऑफ सरफेस चार्ज, फर्स्ट आर्टिकल वी आर हैविंग इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू चार्ज spherical shell. Now what is a shell? Shell is hollow sphere, something like hollow sphere, which is having some thickness, and charge is distributed on that sphere. Inside the sphere, this shell, charged spherical shell, inside the shell there is no charge. All the charge relies on the surface. Only on the surface of the charge we are having, on the shell we are having charge. Inside of this shell there is no charge. So if someone is asking you charge inside the shell, you will say 0, and charge outside the shell 0. Charge, where is the charge? It is on the spherical shell. On the surface of shell we are having charge. If we are having on the surface charge, then of course we will have surface charge density. Like in the previous case, when we are having line, we are having line charge density. Now we are having charge on the surface, so we will have surface charge density, and surface charge density is supposed to be equal to sigma. It will be line charge में क्या किया था, charge upon length. ठीक है, अभी क्या करेंगे, charge upon area. So what is area of sphere? This, let this be spherical shell. This is our spherical shell. It is having q charge, and what is total area of this sphere? This 4 pi r square. So sigma will be q upon a, and a is equal to 4 pi r square. This is surface area of the surface area of sphere. So here sigma q by 4 pi r square, and q we can write in terms of charge density. Q equal to sigma into 4 pi r square. This is our equation number 1. Now we are having three cases. We want to calculate the electric field at point P. Now where is that point P? This point P, it can be inside the shell. We can take it on the shell. We can take it outside the shell. So first case we are taking this point P, point of reference, where we want to calculate the electric field. We are supposing that P is outside this shell. Point P is outside the shell. So let us suppose here we are having point P. Now remember, whenever we want to apply our Gauss law, what do we require? We require Gaussian surface. So if it is a shell, if it is sphere, then what will be the shape of the Gaussian surface? It will also be sphere. Gaussian surface will be sphere. So around this shell, we will form another sphere by taking distance from center as capital R, and this dotted sphere, it is our Gaussian surface. This sphere is our Gaussian surface. Now on this Gaussian surface we are having small area. Let this area be ds. Now for this area, for this whole Gaussian surface, we want to calculate electric field, because at P we are interested in this point P. This P point is lying on this Gaussian surface. So how to calculate? Let us suppose small area ds is there. What will be electric field? Electric field will be directed outside. Electric field, because it is positive charge, electric field will be directed outside. And what is area vector? Area vector is also perpendicular. It is also directed outside. So both E vector and ds vector, both are in same direction. And if both are in same direction, here for this Gaussian surface, E vector and ds vector both are in same direction. So what is angle between these two? 0. If both are in same direction, angle will be 0, and cos 0 is 1. So flux, what is the formula for calculating electric flux? Electric flux is equal to E dot ds across closed surface, and this closed surface here, this dotted surface we are talking of. For this dotted surface, for this sphere, we are having E dot ds. E we can take outside. It will be E dot ds is E ds cos theta. Angle between them is 0. Cos 0 is 1. So it remains E ds. From E ds we will take outside E. It will be total area of this will be ds, but it means E outside it will be ds. And what is this ds small area? If you will take total surface area, what it will be? It will be 4 pi capital R square. Capital R is the radius of for this Gaussian surface, this Gaussian sphere. So equation 2 clear? We are having flux equal to E into 4 pi capital R square, because we are calculating flux here for this Gaussian surface. Now another formula by Gauss law, if you want to calculate the electric flux, what Gauss law says? It says electric flux is equal to net charge divided by epsilon naught q by epsilon naught. And what is net charge enclosed in our Gaussian surface? हमारे Gaussian surface के अंदर कितना चार्ज है? इसके अंदर चार्ज कहाँ है? ये चार्ज है. This charge q is actually this shell is present in our Gaussian surface. So amount of charge is q. So it will be q upon epsilon naught. And what is value of q? We can compare these two. This equation 2 and 3. We will get E into 4 pi r square equal to q by epsilon naught. And q is 4 pi r square into sigma. Starting में बोला था आपको. So we will put this value of q here. It will be sigma into 4 pi r square. 4 pi cancel. Electric field will be sigma upon epsilon naught small r square divided by capital R square. Small r was the radius of charged spherical shell. Capital R is the distance of point P from the center of the shell. So this is one value we are having. We are able to get the value of electric field at point P when P point is outside the spherical shell. And what is the direction? Direction is outward. It is directed outward because it is having plus Q charge. Second is if point P was on the shell. अगर ये P point कहाँ होता? Shell पे होता. If this would have been here, तो क्या चेंज हो जाता? This capital R would have been equal to small r. Capital R would have been equal to small r. So we can very easily put here capital R equal to small r. अगर आप R equal to R करोगे, they will cancel each other. And what electric field we are having? Sigma upon epsilon naught. Third case, if point P is inside the shell, if point P is taken here, inside the shell, you will form this Gaussian surface. This is our Gaussian surface. And what is net charge in this? Net charge is 0. Net charge inside Gaussian surface is 0 because all the charge is lying on the shell, on the surface of the shell. No charge is there in this Gaussian surface if P point is taken inside the shell. That is why electric field will be 0. Because electric flux is E dot ds, which is equal to q by epsilon naught Gauss law, and q inside the shell is 0. No charge is there inside the shell. All the charge is on the surface. चार्ज के इस शेल के अंदर कोई चार्ज नहीं है, कोई चार्ज नहीं है, तो इसका मतलब क्या हो गया? 0. और q अगर 0 है तो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड भी क्या हो जाएगी? 0. राइट? अगर आपको ग्राफिकली बताना है इसी बात को इन टर्म्स ऑफ ग्राफ, on x axis we are having distance from center, on y axis we are writing electric field. So from here, from O to A, this OA, we are this particular value, this distance is r equal to r. Means when we are here, we are inside the shell. Inside the shell, electric field is 0. This is 0. As soon as value of r becomes equal to capital R, value of r becomes equal to capital R, small r is equal to capital R. We switch over here and this value will be equal to sigma by epsilon naught. उससे ज़्यादा अगर आप करते हैं value, if you are increasing, if you are going away, this capital R was the distance. Capital R was the distance of P from O. Capital R was the distance. And look here, electric field is sigma upon epsilon naught small r square upon capital R square. Sigma constant, epsilon naught constant. Small r is radius of shell, it is also constant. So you can say electric field was proportional to r square. Electric field was proportional to r square, where r is the distance of point P from center. So जैसे it is also square, so very soon it will decrease very fast. So this is showing this one is electric field is proportional to r square. It is decreasing. So this graph is for Any question? Feel free to ask. So this was our graph, and this is the complete topic of our electric field due to charged spherical shell. Now let us move on to the second topic, electric field. Again, one of the application of Gauss law. In every application of Gauss law, what we will do? First, we will calculate electric flux. Simple electric flux, that is equal to phi is equal to E dot ds integration over closed surface. जो closed surface लेना है, that will be your Gaussian surface, right? First step in solving any application is you will form Gaussian surface. Second, you will calculate electric flux. Electric flux calculation कैसे करोगे? By calculating phi equal to integration E dot ds for closed surface. फिर आपका जो फ्लक्स की वैल्यू आई, you will equate it according to Gauss law. Gauss law ने क्या बोला? Flux is equal to Q by epsilon naught. तो एक वैल्यू को आएगी E dot ds, दूसरी आएगी Q by epsilon naught. तो आप दोनों को इक्वेट कर दोगे, इक्वल रख दोगे, E dot ds इंटीग्रेशन इक्वल टू Q by epsilon naught, और वहां से हम इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड निकाल देंगे. यही कल किया था, यही आज किया इस आर्टिकल में हम लोगों ने. Now we will move forward. Third article, third application is electric field due to charge infinite sheet. We are having one sheet of charge. Now for this sheet is having, on surface of this sheet we are having charge. Suppose this is one sheet, this is having charge. When plus Q is distributed on this sheet, electric field for plus Q will be outside. Now we want to form one Gaussian surface. One Gaussian surface कैसे बनेगा हमारा? We are making one Gaussian surface, cylindrical surface like this, means across this we are having this Gaussian surface. कैसे बनाएंगे? Suppose this is our sheet, and Gaussian surface will be like this. This is our Gaussian surface, right? Across this is our Gaussian surface. So how many surfaces are there for our Gaussian surface? One is this curved surface, this flat surface, area A. This is also flat surface, area B. और एक कौन सा हो गया? Curved surface. Two flat surfaces, both symmetrical. इसका भी एरिया A, इसका भी एरिया A, और एक कर्व सरफेस है, राइट? वी वांट टू कैलकुलेट इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. क्या होगी शीट के लिए? परपेंडिकुलर दिस फील्ड डायरेक्टेड आउटवर्ड. तो यहां आप देखिए, दिस इज शीट, दिस इज गॉसियन सरफेस. एक ये फ्लैट सरफेस A, दूसरा फ्लैट सरफेस A. इसका एरिया वेक्टर क्या होगा? इसके परपेंडिकुलर इट इज ds1 वेक्टर. एरिया वेक्टर फॉर दिस सरफेस विल बी ds2 वेक्टर, and for curve will be perpendicular ds3 vector, and electric field is in this direction outward. So for this electric field and this ds2 vector both are in same direction, cos 0 1, और इसके लिए again E dot ds1 cos 0 both are in same direction, electric field and this area vector. But for curved surface electric field is like this, and area vector for curved surface will be परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन. अगर ये एरिया है तो इसका एरिया वेक्टर कहां होगा? इसके परपेंडिकुलर. तो दोनों में डायरेक्शन एंगल कितना आ गया? 90 डिग्री. cos 90 is 0. So look here, total flux will be E dot ds over closed surface. Closed surface, three surfaces we are having. So E dot ds1 s1, E dot ds2 s2, E dot ds3 s3. कौन-कौन से सरफेसेस हैं? s1, s2 और कर्व सरफेस s3. तो ये क्या था मैंने अभी? ये S1, ये S2 और ये कर्व S3. These two S1 and S2 are similar. इसका भी एरिया टोटल एरिया A, इसका टोटल एरिया A. So contribution due to ds2 it will be 0. Why it is 0? Because ds3 will be 0. If you are taking it ds3 it will be 0 क्योंकि ये परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन में है. सेकंड वाला कंपोनेंट है जो. So due to this ds3 will be contribution to ds3 will be 0. Only contribution is due to this ds1 and this ds2. फ्लैट सरफेस के लिए कंट्रीब्यूशन है, दोनों की सेम डायरेक्शन cos 0 1 so it will be E dot ds1 plus E dot ds2. E outside ds1 का इंटीग्रेशन करोगे टोटल एरिया कितना बोला आपको a, so it is ea plus ea. It will be ea plus ea, it will be 2ea. So we have calculated electric flux from definition of flux. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
ea plus ea 2ea we are having now, and Gauss law says flux is equal to q by epsilon naught. Surface charge density is sigma. Sigma is equal to q upon a. So q will be equal to sigma a. Q is equal to sigma a. Compare this 1 and 2 equation. 2ea equal to sigma a upon epsilon naught. Electric field will be sigma upon 2 epsilon. This is the value of electric field for infinite sheet. Now, if suppose this is non-conducting sheet which we are talking of, if sheet would have been conducting, तो क्या होगा? Charges from one surface can go to charges of another surface. Charges from one surface can move on to the second surface. तो क्या हो जाएगा उस केस में? It will be sigma upon epsilon naught, right? Because area will increase, it will be twice area will be available for them. It will be sigma upon epsilon naught. Electric field due to conducting sheet of charge. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
So what we have done till now, electric field for linear charge density, electric field for spherical shell we have calculated. 3 cases we have done. Point P outside the shell, point P on the shell, point P inside the shell. Then we have calculated for infinite sheet. Sheet के लिए हम लोगों ने calculate किया non-conducting sheet and conducting sheet. Now next article is electric field due to charged sphere. Now what was the difference between this shell and sphere? When I am talking shell, it is hollow inside. Nothing is there in that. Charge was 0. But if you are saying sphere, it is totally filled with charge. जैसे आपने suppose you are having गोलगप्पे देखे आपने, गोलगप्पे को क्या बोलोगे? शेल बोलोगे या गोलगप्पे को आप स्फीयर बोलोगे? शेल. फुटबॉल क्या है? शेल. अंदर से होलो है. एंड व्हाट इज गुलाब जामुन? गुलाब जामुन स्फीयर है. ठीक है ना? स्फीयर बढ़िया हो गया. गुलाब जामुन मिल गया, स्फीयर क्या चाहिए? दैट गुलाब जामुन आपका स्फीयर है. कैन यू गिव मी एनी एग्जांपल ऑफ स्फीयर? क्रिकेट बॉल ऑफ कोर्स, जो बॉल यूज होती है क्रिकेट में, दैट इज आल्सो शेल. सो उसमें पूरा भरा हुआ है, फील्ड कंप्लीटली फील्ड. इनसाइड उसमें क्या है आपका सारा चार्ज, इट इज कंप्लीटली फील्ड ऑफ चार्ज. सो व्हेन वी आर सेइंग दिस स्फीयर, इट इज कंप्लीटली फील्ड आउटसाइड, on the surface, inside, everywhere we are having this charge. Charge is uniformly distributed inside this sphere. Now for this again 3 cases we will have. Point P outside, point P on the sphere, point P inside the sphere. We are taking, let us suppose radius of this sphere is small r. We are taking point P outside the sphere. We will form Gaussian surface. Sphere है तो Gaussian surface में कैसा बनेगा? It will be also a sphere. Let the distance of this point P from this center capital R. Capital R is the distance of point P from center capital R. Gaussian surface बन गया. We are having small area ds from this Gaussian surface. ds vector outside, e vector outside, both in same direction. Cos 0 1 हो जाएगा. So electric flux will be E dot ds. It will be E ds cos 0 cos 0 1. E ds E बाहर, ds इंटीग्रेशन, ds टोटल एरिया. तो इस पूरे Gaussian surface के लिए टोटल सरफेस एरिया क्या होगा? 4 pi capital R square. तो इसका रेडियस कितना है? कैपिटल R. So it is E into 4 pi R square. It is electric flux. Right? Now we will apply Gauss law. Gauss law says electric flux is equal to q by epsilon naught. Now which type of density will be there? Here we are having a complete volume. So we will be tested in volume charge density. We are having volume charge density here. So volume charge density rho is equal to charge upon volume. Surface charge density shell में थी sigma equal to charge upon area. Linear charge density lambda वो लाइन में थी, लाइन चार्ज में, that was q by L. So here we will have Q by volume. And what is volume? 4 by 3. किसका volume? Sphere का volume. Because we are having this volume charge density for sphere. चार्ज स्फीयर की जो बात कर रहे हैं तो सो इट इज Q upon 4 by 3 pi r cube. इसलिए छोटा वाला आया है क्योंकि स्फीयर की बात हो रही है, चार्ज स्फीयर की बात हो रही है. दैट्स व्हाई स्मॉल r, क्योंकि चार्ज यहाँ पे है स्मॉल r, तो ये वाला है ये है ना, इसका रेडियस स्मॉल r है. दैट इज व्हाई वी आर having 4 by 3 pi r cube. So Q is rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube. You can very easily substitute this value of Q here. It will be rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by cancel. Electric field will be rho upon 3 epsilon naught r cube upon r square. Case 2, if r is equal to r means point P is on sphere. Point P sphere पे है, then we will put simply r is equal to r. ऊपर r cube है, नीचे r square है. It will cancel out. ये हो जाएगा rho upon 3 epsilon naught r. One case remaining. क्या करेंगे? In that case we will have what will be third case?
Inside.
Yes, point P will be inside the shell. Point P will be inside the shell. Sorry, sphere. This is sphere. Point P is here. This is center O. Okay. Again, we will form Gaussian surface. This was radius small r. For our sphere, charge sphere, radius was small r. For our Gaussian surface, we are having capital R. Again, we will. This is also having charge. It is totally distributed in this sphere. We will form one Gaussian surface. ds vector, electric vector, both in the same direction. Both are in the same direction, directed outward. For this sphere now, our Gaussian surface is this one. We are only interested in this. Okay, let us suppose Q was the charge for complete sphere. For complete sphere, charge was Q. Now, in Gauss law, what we require? We require charge inside our Gaussian surface. Let us suppose charge inside our Gaussian surface is Q dash. It is Q dash. And what is Q dash? How to calculate charge? Charge density, volume charge density multiply by volume. And what will be volume? 4 by 3 pi r cube. For this, it is having capital R as its radius. So volume charge density multiply by volume. It will give you charge residing in Gaussian surface. जो Gaussian surface वाला sphere है उसमें चार्ज क्यों नहीं है? क्या वो तो पूरे के लिए था? अब इस छोटा जो हमने ये Gaussian surface बना दिया इसके अंदर P inside के लिए, उस small sphere के अंदर चार्ज कितना है? Q dash कैसे आएगा? You will simply multiply volume of this sphere by volume charge density. Rho multiplied by 4 by 3 pi r cube. And what was rho? Rho is written here. Rho is equal to Q by 4 by 3 pi small r cube. So it will be Q divided by 4 by 3 pi r cube. So it will divide by 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi cancel. So Q dash is equal to Q r cube divided by r cube. Is it okay or not okay? Fine. Now, what will be electric flux? From definition, every now and then what we are using the definition of flux and Gauss law. From definition, electric flux is equal to E dot ds. E dot ds we are having E taken outside, ds no vector because E dot ds cos theta is 0, cos 0 1 तो वहां से चला जाएगा. So it will magnitude will remain E बाहर, ds अंदर आ गया. अब ds total area, total surface area of this, but it will be E into 4 pi r square. It will be E into 4 pi capital R square. Q by epsilon naught. Q net charge inside the Gaussian surface. And what is net charge inside the Gaussian surface? It is not Q. In our case, when point P is inside the sphere, our Gaussian surface, small Gaussian surface is having charge Q dash. Right? Are you getting what I am saying? Comparing the Q, E into 4 pi r square is equal to Q dash upon epsilon naught. Then E will be, we can also put value Q dash value here. It is Q r square upon r cube into 4 pi r square. It is Q r cube divided by 4 pi r square. So it is Q r divided by 4 pi r cube. Fine?
Yes, sir.
Now you look very carefully. This Q is constant. Total charge is constant. 4 pi constant.
Yes, sir.
R small r. It is the radius of given charge sphere. It is also constant. इसका मतलब क्या हो गया? इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू r. जितना आप सेंटर से दूर जाते जाएंगे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड उतनी ही बढ़ती जाएगी. कब तक? when r is equal to capital R. और जैसे ही आप बाहर जाएंगे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज टेकन आउट. पॉइंट P is taken outside the sphere. What is electric field? Electric field is rho upon 3 epsilon naught r cube upon r square. Look here. Rho constant, epsilon naught constant, r cube constant. इसका मतलब क्या हो गया? E is inversely proportional to r square. Is inversely proportional to r square. Okay. एक और थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे आपको चेंज करा देते हैं. जब हम लोगों ने यहाँ लिखा Q dash upon epsilon naught, when we are talking of students normally make this mistake. We will not use here epsilon naught. Why not? Because epsilon naught कहाँ होता है? Permittivity in free space. But अब हम permittivity की कहाँ बात कर रहे हैं? Inside the sphere. तो inside the sphere permittivity epsilon naught ना होगी क्या हो जाएगी? Epsilon. It will be epsilon. Fine. कहाँ गया epsilon? Epsilon. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what is the relation between the two? Epsilon is equal to epsilon naught times P. ये कड़ा डायइलेक्ट्रिक कांस्टेंट. कांस्टेंट किसी का भी हमने क्या पढ़ा था? K is equal to epsilon naught epsilon naught. Okay. So you will make here epsilon naught. ये गलती नहीं करनी आपने. ये जान बूझ के मैंने आपको क्या बताया कि होगा क्या? epsilon naught जनरली में लिख दोगे, but epsilon naught कहाँ यूज होता है? फ्री स्पेस. But we are in sphere. चार्ज स्फीयर के अंदर हैं, तो वहाँ पे permittivity epsilon naught नहीं, epsilon लेके चलते हैं हम लोग. Now if someone is asking for graph, draw graph for this. How we will draw graph? ये तो शेल के लिए क्या था? ग्राफ ड्रॉ करना है हम लोगों को. Y x. So let this be point where r is equal to r. This is electric field, and this is distance from the center. As soon as distance from the center will increase, we will move here. As we are moving away from the center, जैसे जैसे सेंटर से डिस्टेंस बढ़ेगा, कब तक? जब तक कि आप सरफेस पे नहीं पहुंच जाते. इसका मतलब आप कहाँ पे हो? स्फीयर के अंदर. स्फीयर के दिस इज योर स्फीयर. यहाँ से आप यहाँ पे आओगे कैपिटल R, यहाँ आओगे कैपिटल R, यहाँ आओगे, ये सब पॉइंट P है ना. Till you are moving away from the center and you reach surface. यहाँ surface पे क्या हो जाएगा? R will be equal to R. इससे बाहर अगर पॉइंट लोगे तो R will be greater than R. इससे अंदर लोगे तो R will be less than R. Small r तो फिक्स है. Small r तो पर स्फीयर का है. And when I am saying we are at this point, means our R is और सेंटर से लेके R equal to R तक जो हमारा डिस्टेंस है पॉइंट P का, that is less than R. means we are inside the sphere. So inside the sphere है हम लोग r इक्वल टू से बाहर आ गए, p यहाँ ले लिया आपने, जैसे ही p यहाँ लिया इसका मतलब क्या हो गया, इसका मतलब आपका जो r है दैट इज ग्रेटर देन स्मॉल r, r इज ग्रेटर देन स्मॉल r, और r ग्रेटर देन स्मॉल r का मतलब क्या हो गया, पॉइंट p इज आउटसाइड द शेल, और आउटसाइड द शेल अगर आप जाते हो देन इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू r स्क्वायर, घटनी शुरू हो जाएगी। सो ग्राफ क्या बनेगा, लाइक दिस, हियर E is very proportional to R, और यहाँ पर E inversely proportional to R square। ये पॉइंट कौन सा है, इनसाइड द स्फीयर, और ये पॉइंट कौन सा था, आउटसाइड द स्फीयर। इज इट ओके? So we have finished our application. Electric field due to charge sphere, that point P is taken outside the sphere, on the sphere and inside the sphere. Thank you.